Charitamrita. So for 10 years, they've been working on a video a documentary about Gurudev. So it's almost going to be published. So she wants us to look at everything day by day to make sure there's nothing wrong. So in the meantime, down here, Haridas, you're all ready? Yeah, so down here on the screen, if somebody could kindly pull it down, Haridas is going to be showing the most amazing, fantastic documentary, today's documentary day, about Raganuga Bhakti, what it is in a very interesting, picturesque, videoed way. Okay.
Are we singing Radha and Krishna? Yeah, let's sing a Radha and Krishna song. Let's do it. Which song? I want to do the Nandananda, but it's a little long. A little long, yeah. Oh, that's one. Can I play too? Yeah. Oh, you want to play? Yeah, you play. You have it? Yeah. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande and then Radha Radha. Sounds good. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva. Sorry, we're going somewhere around somewhere. Madhukaran marpaya nijapadam pankaja makarande. Manasa madhukaram marpaya nijapadam pankaja makarande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Yadyapi samadhishu vidirapi pashyati natava nakagramarichi. Yadyapi samadhishu vidirapi pashyati natava nakagramarichi. Idami chamini samya tava chuta tadapi kripa bhuta bichi. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Bhakti Rudan Jatiyadyapi Madhava Natvai Mamatila Matri. Bhakti Rudan Jatiyadyapi Madhava Natvai Mamatila Matri. Parameshvara Tadapita Vadika Durgata Gatana Bidatri. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Ayam Avilola Tyadada Sanatana Halita Bhuta Rashavara. Nivasatu nityami hamrita nindini vindana madhuri mashara. Nivasatu nityami hamrita nindini madhuri mashara. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Gokula Taruna Mandala Mahite. Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Damodara Rati Bhajana Beshe Hari Niskuta Brinda Bipineshe. Damodara Rati Bhajana Beshe Hari Niskuta Brinda Bipineshe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Vrishabhanudadi Navasasi Leke Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Bishake. Bolo Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Karunam Kurumai Karuna Barite Sanaka Shanatana Banita Charite. Bolo Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. That's a great idea. You think that's gonna work? Is that good enough? You think it's good for the speaker? We'll watch it in parts. Great, great. You think that works? Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's this one. My God, this is great.
That the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, and after that A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. What was their mission? Same mission. And myself also have come for the preaching the same mission.
In 1920, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada established the Gaudiya Math to guide the world into the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Protected within that institution, at its very core, lay the pristine jewel that is unique to the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya that Srila Rupa Goswami had established in this world. Widespread exploitation of the Sampradaya's esoteric tenets had urged Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to powerfully dismantle all misconceptions and malpractices that were flourishing in the name of Gaudiya. Through the Gaudiya Math, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada carried on this work with the same vigor. What looked like a different form of Gaudiya Vaishnavism was in fact a resurgence of its pure message. For the first time, the organized distribution of Mahaprabhu's teachings swept India, and later, the entire world. With proper conceptions and practices established, and a strong framework in place, the time was ripe to bring into focus the jewel of the Gaudiya conceptions, shining within the noble Saraswat lineage. It was 1946, and the Gaudiya Math had been bereft of its founder Acharya for nearly 10 years. A series of skirmishes between certain factions fragmented this once unified movement. Some lost hope and returned to their homes, keeping their beloved Gurudev's teachings in their heart. Some became allured by the very philosophies they had previously combated. And some disciples continued to dynamically spread his mission, often establishing their own maths for this purpose. A society in which pure Vaishnavas are present never stagnates, and soon the mission of Srila Saraswati Thakur recovered its momentum. The original Math's offshoots reached ever new lands. Prominent among these disciples was Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Even in a country blessed by the touch of Sri Bhagavan's lotus feet, he was compelled to battle the forces of Mayavad. He did this powerfully, while imparting profound insights into Gaudiya conceptions. The grateful Vaishnav community lauded his efforts. He had received sannyas in 1941 from his revered godbrother, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. So in this year of 1946, Sriman Narayan Tiwari, having met a disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and feeling called to dedicate his life to Mahaprabhu's mission, abandoned all material ties and journeyed to Sri Navadvip Dham to take complete shelter at the lotus feet of his eternal master, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. In 1952, his Gurudev awarded him, along with two esteemed godbrothers, sannyas. They became, in order of seniority, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj, and Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. They shared a profound lifelong friendship in the service of their Gurudev. In 1959, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj assisted his Gurudev with a momentous sannyas ceremony. His Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, gave sannyas to Sri Abhay Charanaravinda Prabhu, whom Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj had met in 1947. Sri Abhay Charanaravinda Prabhu was given the name Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. It was Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada who, just 6 years later, pioneered the worldwide preaching of Mahaprabhu's mission. From his early Mat life, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj also served other prominent disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He traveled throughout India, presenting the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he had received from his Gurudev and the Gaudiya Vaishnav Acharyas. Upon repeated requests from devotees overseas, he journeyed abroad. Between 1996 and 2010, he traveled the world more than 30 times, leading illuminating festivals of Hari Katha and Kirtan.
Time and time again around the world, he would give the essential understanding of who Mahaprabhu is, what he came to give.
That whatever we heard from him, he always made the point that he was never presenting anything new or different from any of the other acharyas in our line. To make sure we understood that this philosophy, the beauty and the integrity of it, is what our acharyas have come to reveal and to preserve and maintain.
Following in the footsteps of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he led the annual parikramas of Sri Navadvip Dham and Sri Brajamandal. guiding thousands of pilgrims into Mahaprabhu's sacred teachings. He translated over 60 Gaudiya scriptures into Hindi, many with cherished commentaries by predecessor masters in this line, and sometimes penning his own illuminations. Most of these books have already been translated into English and numerous other languages, while the remainder are in process. He inaugurated the Rays of the Harmonist magazine, a name foretold by Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, who called it the Harmonist's child mouthpiece. In this magazine, articles by pure Gaudiya Vaishnavas are rendered into English for the first time. Through classes, publications, darshans, morning walks, parikramas, artwork, and even through the drama plays that he inspired, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, referred to by his disciples and followers as Srila Gurudev, clarified the reasons for Sriman Mahaprabhu's descent, in particular, the jewel he came to give.
By deliberating on the mercy of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, your heart will be filled with wonder.
We want to come to the subject, the main reasons that Krishna appeared in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, here very presently.
Sri Krishna thought, for a long time I have not bestowed Prem Bhakti upon the inhabitants of the universe. Without such bhakti, this world would cease to exist. My partial expansions can establish the Yuga Dharma, but no one other than me can bestow Braj Prem.
Advaita Acharya, a very intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya. And he came before Lord Chaitanya. He was thinking that how can I make him advent? He found a verse in scripture, Tulasi Dalapatrena Jalasya Chulakenava, that the Supreme Lord, he's so grateful to devotees that if somebody worships him, just worships him with Ganga water and tulsi leaves, he feels so indebted that he can only give himself to that devotee.
How he was worshipping? By heart he was crying and weeping and calling. This is the process of kirtan. Not only archan will do, but giving this and offering this, Ganga Jal and Tulsi Manjari with Tulsi leaves. This calling is called Kirtan. And that is why Krishna heard and he decided that I must go immediately.
And at last, Lord Chaitanya appeared.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
As a director of finance, I'm managing 15 and 20 contracts a month. With Acrobat AI Assistant, I can summarize long contracts and identify key terms instantly.
He came to distribute this name and print with print. But he has told that name can be established by name Sankirtan, by Mahadishnu. But print he cannot do. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in this period, at the time of Yuga Dharma preaching, he told that also I will do. Yuga Dharma Nam Prachar also I will do, and this rare thing which anyone cannot give, that prem I will also give. So name force. So we should understand this fact that prem will come through name preaching, Yuga Dharma. He has given prem, but through name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When I saw the commentaries and explanation of Raghunath Das Goswami and especially of Jiva Goswami, then I knew that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken this name. Anyone can have the Dasya of Radhika if he will chant this name only. In Krishna's Leela, in Dwapar Yuga, he tasted nearly all the 5 kinds of rasas. Especially, he tasted gopism, Madhur ras. But he was not satisfied by that. He wanted to know why Srimati Radhika touched me more than anyone, more than myself. Why she becomes mad for me? Why? How could it my beauty, my everything?
So Krishna came to taste her mood in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can see in Sri Shikshashtakam his revelations of this mood of prema or love and affection for Krishna while experiencing her moods. This is called Unata Ujvala Ras, the supreme, highest, most bright. Unata Ujvala means the topmost, brilliant rasa. That is her rasa.
I have not fulfilled my three desires. Radhaya pranay mahima kiddisho va niraiva aswaddo janadvat madharima kiddisho va madiya shokhanchasya madaran bhavata kiddisho vettiroga tadbhavadya samajani sachi garva sindho harindo.
That he wants to taste the glory of Radha's love, that he wants to taste his own astonishing sweetness, and that he wants to relish the happiness that Radha experiences from receiving the sweetness of his love.
Intense greed to taste these three things arose within the heart of Sri Krishna, and to fulfill that desire, he took birth from the womb of Sri Shachi Devi, like the moon appearing from the ocean.
When Srila Gurudev explained it, you get such a sense of the beauty and sentiments of Mahaprabhu and how extraordinary it must be to take to the devotional path. It's so desirable and so wonderful that God himself wanted to take it up.
So if I will take the mood and beauty of Srimati Radhika, then I can test my soul.
So that verse, Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva, this is written by Swarup Damodar Goswami. He was the chief authority after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he wrote these key verses that are used for the first chapters of Adi Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is the basis of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's presentation.
Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself Krishna. Krishna become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. First, not Krishna alone, plus Radharani.
Jadi Gaurang nahito tobe ki hoito kemone dhorito de Radhara mahima prema rasa sima Radhara mahima prema rasa sima jagate janato ke jagate janato ke Prema rasa niryasa korite yashvada Raka marga bhakti loke korite prachara Rasika shekhara Krishna parama karuna E dui hetu hoite icharu tama
Premas nityas karite ashwadam rag marg bhakti loke karite pracharan. Very important in life. This is the essence of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Prem Ras Niryas. Krishna himself wanted to taste the essence of all Prem Ras. And that's clearly expanded upon in that chapter, fourth chapter. How he wanted to come with his eternal associates. And for what purpose? Rag Marg Bhakti Loke Korite Pracharan. To preach
the pathway of Rag Marg Bhakti, not Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti had already been given in the previous yugas and in the various Vaishnava sampradayas. But Rag Marg Bhakti, leading to Braja Prem, was uniquely only given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates.
He had two desires. In fact, Premras Niryas, this slope, it says that Mahaprabhu came for two reasons. One is that he wanted to taste this Premras. Secondly, he wanted to expand, he wanted to give devotional service, not normal devotional service, but devotional service based on spontaneous love, means Ragmark. So these are two reasons.
Bhakti are of two kinds. One is Vaidhi Bhakti and second is Raganuga Bhakti. First we should begin from Vaidhi Bhakti.
So there are two kinds of bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti is that devotion which is impelled by faith in the revealed scriptures based on fear and duty. Raganuga Bhakti is that devotion which is impelled by a greed to follow any of the personal associates of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan, to follow in their footsteps.
Shri Krishna thought, aware of my divine majesty, the entire world worships me in a mood of awe and veneration. But love enfeebled by such reverence fails to attract me. If a person regards me as his Lord and himself as a subordinate, I do not become controlled by his love.
So that Raganuga Bhakti is described as being the only way through which a sadhak in this world can attain that Braja Prem, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. Vaidhi Bhakti Prem will lead you to Vaikuntha Dham, and Raganuga, it will take you to Krishna Dham. Highest stage will be achieved by Raganuga. You are lucky to come in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Those who come in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are fortunate because they have the opportunity to enter Raganuga Bhakti, which leads to the topmost section of Krishna Dham, Braja Gokul. Vaidhi Bhakti, in and of itself, does not lead to Raganuga. But those who sincerely practice Vaidhi Bhakti in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will eventually receive the qualification to enter Raganuga Bhakti. Such a transition comes through hearing from a pure Vaishnav who is practicing Raganuga Bhakti.
This Raganuga Sadhan, it is something that's given from the heart of one who has this current of divine love coming through them, and by hearing from them, from hearing their Harikatha, some type of greed develops in you that, oh, I also would like to follow in this way.
To clearly understand Raganuga Bhakti that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, it is necessary to first understand the meaning of Ragatmika and of Rag.
In small Siddham, Nand Baba Jashoda Maiya, and especially in Gopi, especially in Lalita Vishakha and Srimati Radhika. Rag means love and affection by which they serve Krishna and they control Krishna. This is Rag. In whom this Rag is there, they are Ragatmika.
Here Rupa Goswami Pad Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu very clearly explained about Ragatmik Jan and Raganuga Jan. Ragatmik, that is called those eternal associates of Krishna. Krishna's Nitya Parikar.
The eternal associates of Krishna, who are called Ragatmik Jan, their relationships, their exchanges of rasa with Krishna in the 5 primary rasas, particularly in Braj 4 rasas.
That is servitude, friendship, like Krishna's cowherd boyfriends, Vatsalya, which is parental mood, like Madhya Yashoda and Nanda Baba, and Madhurya, like Srimati Radhika, Lalita Vishakha, Champaklata, Tungavidya, Sudevi, Ranga Devi, and so many other millions of gopis.
Those exchanges with Krishna in Braj are on the platform of Rag. Rag means intense thirst, unquenchable thirst for the object of your love. And that Rag Atmik means those eternal associates, their bodies are made of this. Their very selves are non-different than their moods of love for Krishna.
Sri Krishna thought, I will relish the essence of all these rasas and thus bestow grace upon the devotees. Hearing about the pristine rag of the Brijbasis, the devotees will engage in loving devotional service to me in Rag Marg, leaving all customs of religiosity and fruitive action.
Mother Jashoda, Nanda, Subal, Siddham, and Gopis. They are Ragatmika, eternally associated in Golok Vaikuntha Dham. And those who follow them are Raganuga.
Nowadays, many have ideas that they have Raganuga Bhakti. Oh, very easily we can tell with her thousands of mouths. But really we should see and examine our hearts that any worldly desire, sport, any gandha, smell of any worldly desire is there in heart or not.
And by listening to Gurudev all the years, then now little understanding is coming. Not fully, because I'm a Badajiva, I forgot.
But if they hear about the goal from a Rasik Vaishnava, even in the very beginning stages, that is extremely beneficial. But it doesn't mean that now they're qualified to practice Rag Marg Bhakti. No. They have to take up the process.
Gurudev also preached how an ordinary sadhak, step by step, develop his bhajan and sadhan. That means how to enter Vaidhi Marga and then come to Rag Marga.
Raganuga sadhan can really only be practiced in the higher stages of bhakti. But by the mercy of one who is practicing Raganuga Bhakti, a person can develop a desire to practice it and truly yearn to serve Krishna like one of the Brajabasis.
Hearing from Srila Gurudev, he used to say, just like a very ugly, lame, poor, unqualified man, he may see Princess Diana go by and desire I would like to marry her. No one can stop that desire. So in the same way, hearing of the glorious pastimes of the divine couple and hearing of the beauty of the conceptions of Rupa Goswami and the Rupanuga Guru Varga and hearing of the divine aspirations of all those generals in that line from Srila Rupa Goswami, some little desire came to us that I also would like to join this movement. I also would like to be in this family line. I also would like to one day have that aspiration.
The process to aspire for and enter Raganuga Sadhan is explained by Srila Rupa Goswami in the following verse, which is said to be the essence of all instruction.
Tannama rupa charitadi sukirtananu smrityo kramena rasana manasi niyojya tisthana praje tadanuragi jananugami kalam nae dakhilami ityupadesha.
While living in Braj as a follower of the eternal residents of Braj, who possess inherent spontaneous love for Sri Krishna, one should utilize all one's time by sequentially engaging the tongue and the mind in meticulous chanting and remembrance of Krishna's names, form, qualities, and pastimes. This is the essence of all instruction.
Sometimes there is a misconception that Raganuga Bhakti is some kind of loose devotion in which one follows the whims of the mind and discards the scriptural regulations pertaining to Vaidhi Bhakti. In Rag Vartma Chandrika, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that those who claim that Raganuga Bhakti is always beyond the different rules and regulations of the scriptures are reprehensible. Because they disregard the scriptural injunctions, such persons always experience disturbances and obstacles in their path of obtaining pure bhakti. The advanced devotee, who is inclined to spontaneous loving service, follows the activities of a particular associate of Krishna's in Vrindavan, and practices Raganuga Bhakti in two ways. In the sadhak roop, the external body in which they are situated, and in the siddha roop, their internal, self-realized form.
So when we are person devotees of Raganuga, we are all among Vaidhi Bhakti. We should try to do Vaidhi Bhakti of Krishna, and by so bhagya, fortunately, we'll have the association of Rasic Vaishnava like Sukadeva Goswami, Narad Goswami, Rup Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Bhakti Vinod Thakur and his wife. Then they can come anyhow. A very little grief for this thing.
In summary, all the inhabitants of Braj, including the gopas, gopis, cows, calves, animals, and birds, are ragatmika. Sadhaks, who follow the mood of these inhabitants of Braj in order to attain their bhav, are called raganuga. Amongst these raganuga sadhaks, only those who specifically follow the internal mood of Srila Rupa Goswami are rupanuga. Thus, every rupanuga sadhak is also a raganuga sadhak. But raganuga sadhaks are not necessarily rupanuga.
Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Nadati Swapadantikam. That Rupa Goswami is that person who established the inner heart's desire, what he wanted to give. Rupa Goswami established that in this world. So we're offering our pranam again and again to Srila Rupa Goswami.
You are lucky, very lucky that you are all in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami. Hearing and hearing, attachment will come. A relation will come, very strong relation will come.
One of the common questions our Gurudev would ask us was, what is the difference between a Raga Nuga and a Rupa Nuga?
All Raganuga are not Rupanuga, but all Rupanuga are really Raganuga too.
Srimati Radhika's maidservants are Ragatmika because they're also eternal transcendental associates of Krishna in Vrindavan. However, the maidservants of Srimati Radhika have a particular mood, and they're following in the mood of Sri Rupa Manjari, who's the prominent or the leader of Srimati Radhika's maidservants. And so those who are following that particular line of Ragatmika Bhakti under the guidance of Sri Rupa Manjari, who has manifested in this world to us as Sri Rupa Goswami, those who are following that particular form of Ragatmika Bhakti, who are aspiring for that, they are known as Rupanugas. So Rupanuga is contained within Raganuga, but not all Raganuga is contained within Rupanuga. So our Gurudev really wanted us to get this point very clearly.
The Rupanugas know no other treasure than Sri Radhika's divine lotus feet.
Who are Rupanuga? Those are actually following the mood of Rupa Goswami. So all acharyas are Rupanuga, not only Raganuga. So it is very, very important thing.
Sirupa Manjari Pada Sei Mora Sampada Sirupa Manjari Pada Sei Mora Sampada Sei Mora Bhajana Pujana Sei Mora
When the conception of being a fully protected and maintained maidservant of Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Shri Radha appears in our heart, then no other worldly identifications, which are all insignificant in comparison, can overpower it. Devotees of Vishnu are Vaishnavas. Devotees of Krishna are Karshnas. And devotees of Shri Radha are Gaudiyas. In the song Dushtaman, Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur has saved for us, in golden words, the essence of all teachings, so that we may attain service to Srimati Radharani, Radha Dasyam, in Parama Unnata Ujjvala Ras, the supremely exalted and most radiant Ras.
We cannot be Lalita Vishakha, we cannot be Radhika, we cannot be any one of them. We can be only the servant, maid servant of the office. And this is the highest thing for any conditional soul.
Padabjayastava vina varadasameva.
O Devi Radhike, I never, at any moment, beg for anything but this most exalted service to your lotus feet. I offer pranam time and again, forever, to the mood of being your friend, but may I only truly relish the nectar of being your maidservant.
Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari. He has a special service to Srimati Radhika, which is not in Lalita.
That verse, Anarpita Chirinchirat, our Gurudev explained, is really the essence of the gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Anarpita Chirinchirat Karunayavatirna Kalau Samarapaitummunnatajjal Samsa Bhakti Sriyam Hariya Punyat Sundar Dhyut Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Skurutami Sachidanaya.
May the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, Shri Gaurahari, forever manifest spontaneously within the innermost core of your heart. Adorned with the radiant splendor of molten gold, he has descended in the age of Kali out of his causeless compassion to bestow upon the world that which has not been given for an unimaginably long time, the beauty of his own brilliantly radiant Ujjvala Premras Bhakti, service in the highest relationship of amorous love.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Krishna himself came, taking the mood and complexion of Radhika. Why? Why? To give what thing? Unnat Ujjvala Rasamsa Bhakti Sriyam.
Although he's giving Krishna Prema to the world, it's a very particular kind of Krishna Prema that he's endeavoring to awaken, especially through the medium of Rupa Goswami.
So this Unnata Ujjvala Rasa means Madhurya Rasa, and it means the topmost. So only Srimati Radhika's Prem is in that category. It's not possible for the jivas to directly experience Srimati Radhika's Prem because they don't have the constitutional position. But what he came to give, which Rupa Goswami wrote in that verse, is Unnata Ujjvala Rasa Swa Bhakti Shriyam. And that is specifically detailing the mood of Madhurya Rasa of the maid servants of Srimati Radhika.
So you should know this is Unnat Ujjvala Rasa, and the beauty of the kinkaris, the maid servant of Radhika. Mood is this.
Radha Rasa Rupa Krishna Prema Kalpalata Saki Gana Hoitar Pala Pushpa Pata.
By nature, Shri Radha is like a wish-fulfilling vine of Krishna Prem, and the sakis are the sprouts, flowers, and leaves on that vine. When the nectar of Krishna's pastimes is sprinkled on that vine, the sprouts, flowers, and leaves experience a happiness millions of times greater than if they were to be directly sprinkled with that nectar.
So, what is Svabhakti Shriyam? It means the moods of the maidservants, the beauty of the vine of love of God. Srimati Radhika is compared to the vine, and all the leaves and all the manjaris and the flowers on the vine are called the beauty, the Shriyam.
It is noteworthy that Srila Rupa Goswami and his foremost followers, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and others, have expressed a yearning to attain the position of a maidservant of Srimati Radharani in numerous volumes of prose, poems, and songs.
That whole science is explained in Ujjvala Nilamani and many other literatures of the Acharyas.
Our aim and object is to be in the guidance of Rum Manjari and to serve Radha Krishna.
All are Krishna's own, who is most nearest and dearest Srimati Radhika. Sobhakti means her bhakti, Sriyam means beauty, means Sobha. What is her beauty of her bhakti is Manjaris. That Manjaris, they had so much intimacy with Radhika.
And they experience what Srimati Radhika is experiencing.
The actual form of Radharani is just like a creeper embracing the tree of Krishna, and the damsels of Braj, the associates of Radharani, are just like the leaves and flowers of that creeper. When a creeper embraces a tree, the leaves and flowers of the creeper automatically embrace it.
It really only struck me when I heard it and actually read it in Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj's book, Sri Guru and His Grace, the last chapter.
So, Radha Dasyam, the servitorship of Srimati Radharani, is said to be the highest attainment of the living being by the school established by Mahaprabhu. Rupanuga, Rupa Manjari. She is the leader of all the Manjaris, and there the highest quality of union and ras is found. So Rupanuga position, the most profitable position, has been given out by Mahaprabhu. That is the highest limit of your fortune. This has been shown. Beyond hope, our highest prospect lies there, in that subtle camp of Sri Rupa, Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami. So the Sampradaya of Mahaprabhu is known as the Rupanuga Sampradaya. There is located our fate, our fortune.
Vrisabhanu Suta Charana Sevane Vaivaje Palladasi Vrisabhanu Suta Charana Sevane Vaivaje Palladasi Siradhara Su Satata sadhane siradhar rahivayami prayase rahivayami prayasi adharaso satata sadhane rahivayami prayase
Anarpitacharim. It has been not given
before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, prior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Krishna came, Ramchandra came, or even so many came, Jayadev Goswami came, and so many, Madhvacharya, Ramanuj, Vishnu Swami, Nimbadit, all came. Even Hanuman came with Ramachandra, even Sita came, Bharat came, so many came. Oh, anyone could not give this.
So Rupa Goswami is saying, this has not been given. Charim Chirat means has not been given for Chirat, very long, long time. And that long time period is billions and billions of years.
One day of Lord Brahma is said to last 1,000 Chaturyugas, or 4,320,000,000 years. In the 7th Manvantar, in the 28th Chaturyuga, at the end of the Dwapar Yuga, Krishna, the source of all avatars, appears. Approximately 4,500 years later, in the following Kali Yuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears. He is Krishna himself, come to relish the prem of Srimati Radhika and to give Raganuga Bhakti, which leads to Braj Vrindavan.
Only Krishna can give that, no one else. No other avatar, no Vishnu manifestations, no others can give what he can give. And he can only give this when he is in this golden form. Even when he's in his Krishna form, he doesn't freely give this. But when he comes combined with Srimati Radhika, then he can give this. If someone continues to read the books of Raghunath Das Goswami, Vilapa Kushamanjali, Utkalika Vallari of Srila Rupa Goswami, and many, many others, they will see they're always aspiring for this. This is their ultimate goal, is to relish and taste and be engaged eternally in the service of the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika and the divine couple, Radha and Krishna.
And that's what Krishna consciousness is. It's, as Prabhupada said, it's not an artificial imposition. It's a natural stirring in the heart to love and serve the divine couple and be part of their pastimes, which is what the Maha Mantra is. It's Radha and Krishna and trying to give pleasure in their service. This is the goal of the Krishna consciousness movement.
This Krishna consciousness movement is for approaching the Radha Krishna, to be associated with the Supreme Lord in his sublime pleasure dance.
Shri Radha Sukhe Krishna Jeshu, Shri Radha Sukhe Krishna Jeshu, Janiva Monete Ami, Janiva Monete Radha Pada Chari, Shri Krishna Sangame, Radha Pada Shri Krishna Sangame Radha Kobuna hoiba kame, Kobuna hoiba kame, Radha pada chari Shri Krishna Sangame Kobuna hoiba kame.
Until now, we have simply occupied ourselves in the process of negation, rejecting that which is not. It is true that we do not approve of the fraudulent interpretations propounded by the Sahajiyas, but then we must also provide the real explanations in place of the condemned ones. The positive element, It is this, must be established.
Without understanding the sadhya, what it is that you are trying to attain, then it will not be possible to ascertain what is the process that you will have to undergo in order to attain that.
And he would not stop. And if you know the goal, then you know which train to get on. You know, if you don't know the goal, you might get on the train to go to Bombay instead of to Vrindavan. You might get on the train to go to Ayodhya. You know, you might end up in Vaikuntha. No, we want to get on the train that's going to Braja Vrindavan, especially Govardhan, especially Radhakund. Like this, a lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and her Sakis.
We should make a goal of our life. And I have told again and again, our goal is what? Radha Dasyam.
That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give to the jivas that was never given before for a very, very long time.
For over 40 years, Life Extension has been helping people like you to find their healthy balance of exercise.
Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj strongly encouraged devotees to aspire for the gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. However, he just as strongly cautioned against imitation.
He also recognized that when you present something so high, there are always going to be people that want to take shortcuts and want to cheat and go around the proper process. And he used to lament about that there will be many sahajit. types, people that will try to spoil the process of bhakti. But still, I have to give this, because if I don't give this understanding, it will be lost in time.
They won't cheat, they want to experience that which is meant to be experienced by those who are realized, who are on the stage of Bhava or Rati or Ashakti. Yeah. They want to experience that without going through the process. Yeah.
Any spiritual development can never stagnate, ever. It's not that I want to be the king in my own little world where I know everything.
He not only revealed that the goal is Radhadasi, but also gave the procedure, especially from Chaitanya Charitamrita and all the revealed scriptures, how to attain that goal. He explained that no one can attain that supreme goal of life without following the verse, Annabilasita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam.
Continuous ardent endeavor meant exclusively for Sri Krishna and performed out of loving affection for him, when devoid of any selfish ulterior desires and not eclipsed by impersonal knowledge, fruitive work, or any other occupation, is known as Uttama Bhakti.
Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj emphasized this verse perhaps more than any other, calling it the barometer of bhakti. By applying the criteria described in this verse, devotees can clearly understand the type of bhakti that our Guru Parampara want us to aspire for, and to gauge our own progress. He expected all his disciples to know the verse's meaning.
And just now, they also discuss about Uttama Bhakti, Navilashita Sunnam. Anukulena Krishna Anu.
Shulam Bhakti Uttama. That this Uttama Bhakti, or highest, most pure Bhakti, is like an uninterrupted flow of honey, which flows towards Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna.
Not for one's own pleasure, but in the service of Krishna.
Which is totally devoid of all desires except the desire to satisfy Krishna. It's Uttama Bhakti, for pure devotional service.
Very good.
One of the words in this verse is Anu Shilanam. Generally, Anu means continuously, and Shilanam, of course, means endeavor. So the continuous endeavor of the senses in the service of the Lord. But Anu also means under the anugatya, under the guidance of Sri Guru. So Anushilanam means continual endeavor with the senses in the service of the Lord under the guidance of Sri Guru. Sri Guru, seeing our endeavor, bestows his mercy, which brings us closer to the goal of bhakti.
Guru Nishtha is the backbone of bhakti. Backbone. If you will practice the process, gradually your faith towards your Gurudev will come what? Very strong, stronger and strongest.
sing it